copyright notices. If you wish to read, pause the video. The original videos are linked in the description down below. Enjoy. Alright then, so in this one what we're going to be looking at is autistic audits getting arrested in Scotland, Dundee I believe they said, for failing to give details because they suspect him of committing a crime even though all he is doing is filming a police station. Now, unless if a new law's passed what says filming a police station is illegal, I don't believe that's a crime. Now, I could be wrong, and this is where you can educate me. If there is a new law which is being passed about filming police stations, then link it in the description for me. But we'll just get straight into this one and then break it down.
This is actually in there. Doesn't look like a lot going on there. But it's coming out though. Excuse me. Hi there. Why are you filming the police? Sorry? Why are you filming the police station with ourselves? Just filming. Just, sorry what? Just filming. Why? Why are you walking up to the police cars and filming them with cops? Just public interest, just... That's it. That's it? Yeah. Not seeing it raises concern for cops. Sorry? Not seeing it raises concern for cops. It's quite a... No, because it's all on Google anyway, if you know what I mean. Like, it's nothing nefarious or anything like that, I promise you, it's not.
I don't understand how that can be alarming, but you're obviously like a target for terrorists potentially, and
Yeah, but there's also like sort of standards issue, like with sort of like how police interact and like if they're good officers and that, it's kind of captured and stuff like that. That's all it is. It's just, really. Who are you, sorry? Take your details, please. Under what law and legislation would you like those details? Well, there's people with, like yourselves, that film like this who have bail conditions and stuff to do it. So it could require you under Section 13 to provide me with those details if you were. I can confirm to you that I don't have any outstanding. Well, but you don't actually have any grounds for suspicion. Can I take your... There you go. Numbers, please. D1914.
Alright then, so I'm pretty sure it said Section 13, which I'm going to assume is on about Section 13 of the Criminal Procedures Scotland Act of 1995. Now, I could be wrong, but this is what I'm going to go by because he just said Section 13. So we'll go with this one, and what I'm going to do is just allow it to read it all out because I had people whinging at me, read the whole section, when I just believe it's relevant to read a little bit of the section which is relevant to this situation we're in. But on this one, I'm going to allow it to read it all through, and then we'll break it down.
Powers relating to suspects and potential witnesses. 1. Where a constable has reasonable grounds for suspecting that a person has committed or is committing an offence at any place, he may require A. That person, if the constable finds him at that place or at any place where the constable is entitled to be, to give F1 the information mentioned in subsection 1A below, and may ask him for an explanation of the circumstances which have given rise to the constable's suspicion. B. Any other person whom the constable finds at that place or at any place where the constable is entitled to be and who the constable believes has information relating to the offence, to give F2 the information mentioned in subsection 1A below. F3 1A. That information is A. The person's name. B. The person's address. C. The person's date of birth. D. The person's place of birth, in such detail as the constable considers necessary or expedient for the purpose of establishing the person's identity, and E. The person's nationality. 2. The constable may require the person mentioned in paragraph A of subsection 1 above to remain with him while he, either or both A is subject to subsection 3 below, verifies any F for information mentioned in subsection 1A above, given by the person. B. Notes any explanation proffered by the person. 3. The constable shall exercise his power under paragraph A of subsection 2 above only where it appears to him that such verification can be obtained quickly. 4. The constable may use reasonable force to ensure that the person mentioned in paragraph A of subsection 1 above remains with him. 5. The constable shall inform a person, when making a requirement of that person under Paragraph A of subsection 1 of above of his suspicion and of the general nature of the offence which he suspects that the person has committed or is committing. B. Paragraph B of subsection 1 above of his suspicion of the general nature of the offence which he suspects has been or is being committed and that the reason for the requirement is that he believes the person has information relating to the offence. C. Subsection 2 above why the person is being required to remain with him. D. Either of the said subsections, that failure to comply with the requirement may constitute an offence. 6. A person mentioned in A. Paragraph A of subsection 1 above who having been required I. Under that subsection to give F5 the information mentioned in subsection 1A above, or 2. Under subsection 2 above to remain with a constable fails, without reasonable excuse, to do so, shall be guilty of an offence and liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding level 3 on the standard scale. B. Paragraph B of the said subsection 1, who having been required under that subsection to give F6 the information mentioned in subsection 1A above, fails, without reasonable excuse, to do so shall be guilty of an offence and liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding level 2 on the standard scale.
Alright then, so you've read it all. What they are basically saying is if a constable has reasonable grounds to suspect that a person has or is committing an offence, you have to give all of these grounds. And unfortunately, the way this is worded, in my opinion, is that his suspicion could be the smallest little thing, like on this, he suspects he might have bail conditions. So he's going to use this section to identify him. This, to me, is a law what needs getting rid of completely, because it is there to be abused, basically, in my opinion. That is it. It's there to be used and abused to identify anybody the police by saying, we suspect you're committing so-and-so offence, or you're this person, and we believe you might have a warrant, or you're breaching bail conditions, without any actual grounds or reasonable grounds. Just say that they might have reasonable grounds, and that's it. They can use and abuse this section here. And I'm glad Autistics is willing to get arrested, basically. We've seen him more than willing to get arrested in other videos, and I'm pretty sure he's going to do the same thing on this one. This has gone on for quite a long time, so I'm going to let the rest of the video play through uninterrupted, and then I'll have my opinion at the end.
So say yours, please.
Yeah, it's 1873, although if you do show up at police stations again, you will be expected to require you to provide your details. Like to say, it's quite concerning. I'm pretty certain I would find the section under the Terrorism Act to actually require the
Section 43.
Well. It could be that. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I know that off the top of my head, but like I say, I know common sense that you can't show up to a police station and just film us without us requiring details.
I can confirm it is perfectly lawful. Anybody from a public place. Are you filming now, by the way?
No, this is just a mobile device. I need to legally tell you that we're recording you. We're not recording you.
Yeah, in other parts of the areas that you are recording and things like that, is what gives you the right and the board or the police or other police forces the right to actually film. So like now, sort of CCTV, it's also the same right. It's just sort of like what it is, but it's nothing nefarious or anything like that. You know, it's. Okay. I want to reassure you of that.
I'm going to know who you are and let you.
Well, under what law? Because
like I explained to you before, it's required under Section 13, as there is people in Dundee who could do this and have bail conditions enough to do that.
Right. Please provide grounds because I've not.
There are people like yourself do this.
Right. They are not grounds. They are not grounds. They are not grounds for like doing that.
We've requested you. Police officer may request you the details under Section 13 of you do not require that. That is an offence. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to know your details.
Okay, you're gonna have to arrest me then.
I'm going to have to arrest you.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to because I'm just doing something very lawful.
You, okay?
Sorry.
Well, I suspect that you're one of those people.
I don't understand. I don't understand now what you're saying because I am not committing any crime. I've not done anything wrong. Not now. Not ever.
Suspect.
So you're suspect, but that's only suspicion. You've got to know of a crime. Not of a crime. What is the crime?
You want to let me explain?
What is the crime?
Right. I suspect you're committing a breach of bail, as I know there are people like yourself who have
like
bail
myself.
conditions.
So just
who
a
have bail
random,
conditions,
just a
not to
random,
approach
just a
police
random.
stations and
Right.
film
Well, I
top
haven't.
officers
Well,
on
I
people
haven't.
inside.
So,
I'm not finished speaking,
so
okay?
that's not reasonable.
That is reasonable.
Can I take your numbers also, please?
1729.
One sec. Are you all based here?
Yes.
I'm requiring under section 13 to provide with your name, date of birth, place of birth, address, nationality.
Right. I would like some legal representation, please, because I don't understand what you're saying.
These details, and you will be arrested. Do you understand that?
No, I don't understand that.
Okay. Well,
What part of that do you not understand?
I don't understand because I'm doing unlawful acts. Sorry, I just don't understand. I've got. Yeah, can I turn it up for Sam?
So you heard these three shithouses. One of them on about they will use sections under the Terrorist Act, even though he doesn't know what he's talking about, to obtain the details they are requiring. The other one was like, we're not going to go with that, basically. In his own mind, he was like, yeah, we're not going to go with that. We're going to use and abuse Section 13 to get the information now, and if not, we'll arrest him. And that's what they ended up doing. Autistics is clearly ready to be arrested, loses freedoms to fight for our freedoms and our rights. If more people did this, do you think the police would continue to do it? Probably, yeah, because they don't give it. They've got zero consequences for their actions whatsoever. And it's laws like this one, well, acts like this one, and legislation which allows them to use and abuse their powers. And then there's, like I said, there's no repercussion for that whatsoever. You had that other dipstick on about we will use the Terrorist Act. So that's a threat to use and abuse a power you don't even know how to use. Like he said, he don't know the acts or the legislations on the Terrorism Act. So he's not going to pretend he does, but he said he's going to use and abuse them. It's all interactions, an absolute shit show. But all this is just my opinion. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction, and if you want me to play the whole bloody sections, the whole section of that legislation which they were on about using and abusing, because I thought that was too long to read that, to go through that whole thing, when you didn't need to go through the whole thing. You just needed the important bits, which was 1 and probably subsection 1 and subsection 2, maybe 3 on this as well. But I have had people in the comments saying, oh, you should read the whole thing out, blah, 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 blah. But, oh well. Let us know if you think I should do the whole thing or stick with what I was doing it before. Like I said, let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.